I cannot that easily because I bought the timer from a pack a long time ago and it's actually literally a video file. So I would have to make and time out a new one for that. So I can't. Um, Basically, if I make a point of starting the timer, let me phrase that differently. If I make a point of starting stream when the timer is close to starting, then it will account for it correctly, roughly. If I'm not paying attention and I start the timer partway through, then yeah. Oh, did the no cam thing not? Damn it! Must have been because it crashed. Yeah, no cam today. Um, don't feel like it. Not because anything bad happened, but don't feel like it. So yeah, no cam today. Um, you do, however, get this lovely fake PNG tuber. So, hi everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope the day was restful and or productive for y'all. I've been enjoying this air fryer that my aunt got for me as a gift for Christmas a lot. I actually finally got around to using it for the first time. Very, very helpful actually, because I can literally just sit down and go like, all right, I need to make something to eat. I need to make something to eat, but also like sitting down and like making mac and cheese is not the vibe right now. Fortunately for me, she also sent me home with a bunch of like chicken nuggets. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm set. We're all good now. So yeah. Hi, hello, air fryers at the bomb, mostly alert mode while I eat. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I finally got around to it, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I am probably going to see. It's only like 2 quarts, but I would like to see if I can use it to actually make chicken and have it come out properly for once. That would be nice. Because I can't. I've tried like pan searing. I tried like pan searing it, and it just doesn't. It doesn't work when I do it that way. It doesn't cook all the way through. So alas, but we'll see. But yeah. Unapologetically black and fast really. Oh shit! I gotta turn off that time. Okay, cool. We're past 10 minutes. Cursing is okay now, I think. But yeah, so I gotta go turn off that timer. Hold on. Nightbot. Got that. My father's chicken hawk and definitely make chicken in the air fryer. Yeah. Yeah. The main thing that I mostly worry about is whether or not I can fit decent pieces into the one that I have, because it's relatively small. It's like 2 quarts. Remind me, and I will show y'all what it looks like next week when I actually feel like putting the camera on, or not next week, or on Friday maybe when the camera's on, and you'll see what I mean when I'm like, I'm not sure if I could fit like a good proper chicken breast in there or not. Ideally, yes, but it's possibly not big enough. Yeah, like I wasn't even trying to like fry the chicken necessarily. I was just trying to like cook it through and eat it with like black beans or something. Um, yeah. 2 quarts sound like a fit. Yeah, at most maybe one, which means that if I like seasoned up, like if I seasoned up a chicken breast, or at least if I got a package and it had 2 in there, I'd have to season them both, put one in a bag, and then like freeze it until I'm ready to cook it. They can only do like one at a time. Yeah, baked or barbecued. Yeah. And we tend to cook in batches, so medium chicken will fit in ours. Yeah. Okay, so let's... Alright. So, I did a little bit of work on Shoot Lancer the day after last week's stream. Oh, right, I was talking about Ubath, and I forgot to put on the PNG too, bro. Here, hold on. Where are you? Little guy, there you are. Right, so the whole thing in particular, as far as like Ubath goes, it was a great time. 4 days of black speed runners being the best to do it. I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty good. I know that there is going to be another black speed running event. Same crew. Hang on. Yeah. Yes, that's what I was going to say next, Debbie. I just had to stop for like half a second to answer something. But yes, no, there's literally an event for Juneteenth that's going to be happening. Pleasantly Twisted is heading it up again. It's going to be great. Submissions aren't open yet. I don't know if I'll be able to participate, not because I don't want to, but because I really gotta be in a job. The only way that I'm going to be able to participate is if I'm actually working, so that I know for a fact that it's like, okay, right, I will be here by the time I yeah, like basically speaking, I have to be positive that I have a job and that I have income coming in by then in order to be reasonably sure that I can like relax and breathe easy and actually put effort into getting a run down and perfected. If I'm not working by then, or if I don't have some form of income coming in by the time the submission date opens up, I'm probably not going to submit, which really bummed me out. I'd be really upset about that, but I have my priorities, unfortunately. I would prefer for it to not be that way, but I got to figure something out on that front. So we'll see how that goes. But if I don't get to do it, Ubath was fun. Ubath was great. If you are black and you are watching me and you're like speed running, what? I couldn't do that. The answer is you probably can, and you just tricked yourself into thinking that you can't. Have no fear. I am saying this because I am also trying to remind myself to have no fear. So yeah, I did not know you could speedrun story modes in fighting games. Yeah, if it has a if it has a starting point and an ending point, right? If it has a starting point and an ending point, then yep. Starting point and ending point and something that you can clock, entirely possible. Yeah, when people say you could speedrun anything in the world, yep. Indeed, you do. Yeah. So we'll see. If I can figure out if I can get a job thing lined up, then yeah, I'm pretty sure I can guarantee that I will figure out I'll see if I can figure out what I want to run. I have a couple of games that I would like to be able to run were that the case, right? Yeah, Hades. Yeah, that's good. A Hades one is a good one. It's a good one too. I would want to see you run Hades. I'm about it. Look on the like that's the only thing right now that's kind of got me in a bind, and that's about it. Which is that I've been applying to spots as much as I can whenever I find things that are within like that can be backed up by my resume and everything, but people are not biting, and it is a little frustrating. It's a little demotivating, but I have at least a little more time, so I gotta just keep pushing, I guess. But yeah, so shoot Lancer though. Let's talk about let's get and beyond about that, right? So today the plan is basically I gotta figure out how to get the music to fade properly. Because at this point, like if I run the game, if we don't get sound, then it's whatever. We don't necessarily need it today, I don't think. Yeah, we don't need game sound today. So if you're not hearing anything from the computer, it's fine. Though in this case, I'm pretty sure I know how to make sure we can get it. I need to turn. Oh no. For now, we don't need it, so I'll leave it. Ah, hell. Ah, that's why. Okay. I know how to fix that, thankfully. So, hang on. If boss index is greater than -1. So basically, when I was trying to, so the thing I had to fix, and I need to put comments down. If a boss is set up to spawn spawner, and if haven't yet spawned boss, haven't yet done the boss alert, or have we spawned the boss alert that we're going to boss alert 8 and proceed. Spawns enemy that will act as the boss spawner. Okay, so this is set to spawning index is still less than count of enemies to spawn, and if we have not yet hit boss index, and then spawning index, have though turn off auto spawning. Okay. So take a new list of spawn data. Go into child I of the enemy spawner node and get all the enemies spawn data children for the list of enemies spawn. Go through the list of if enemy are currently checking the list boss, note the index spawn list where the bosses appear and break the... Yeah, this is how I fixed it basically, right? I keep track of which index is going in the list the boss will spawn at. If the enemy spawner is set to auto spawn, it will kind of keep going through all that other stuff up until we hit the point where it'll basically keep counting things up until we I don't know why I have to restart it twice. That's really weird. Hang on. 138. Why is it doing that though? The boss index shouldn't be... Okay. That's really weird. It shouldn't be doing that because... Oh, it's set to... I'm silly. I keep forgetting that I should set up default types for these things so that certain assumptions aren't just held factually by the program. And then the only errors that we have now are the same ones with shenanigans with the drop power-ups, which is about right. I still haven't figured out that one, but it's not a showstopper, right? I don't know what specifically is causing that error to kick off, but it's not a showstopper, so don't care right now. Not that it's not important, but that it doesn't make the game stop working, which means that it is not my immediate concern at this moment. Excuse me. I'm reminded of a video where a programmer had his children write him a direction to make a PB&J, and he was using it to demonstrate that you have to. Yep. Same thing I used to tell the kids all the time when I was teaching. That, like, computers will do exactly what you tell them to do, right? So if a computer is not doing a thing and you typed it, then that means that it is probably something that you did not tell it to do. So, good news, right, is that that's basically what's supposed to happen. Like, all the stuff that we happened there, all the stuff that we saw there was exactly supposed to happen. Okay, so the thing that we looks like we're running into is an issue with that. Let me go to game state reboss. But yeah, no, computers are basically extremely literal minded, and that is pretty much it. You have to go step by step, and there are certain things that, yeah, most of the errors that you run into when you program mostly just come from making assumptions, right? From making assumptions about how things work and then not properly preparing things beforehand, right? So to explain the specific error that kind of comes up, or that was coming up before with what was happening. So the long and short of it is that because I did not do this, right, the boss index was starting at 0. And because the boss index was starting at 0, this little breakpoint here, or this little if statement that was keeping the rest of this code from running when it wasn't supposed to, started running when it wasn't supposed to. It was starting to yell mostly about, like, this stuff and this stuff, because I hadn't made sure that the boss index starts at -1. Why does that matter? Here's why. When I do it up here, I'm saying that the default value of the boss index is -1, or in other words, it's undefined. We are going to assume for any given enemy spawner that just happens to be in a given level, we are going to start off by assuming that there is no boss in the list of waves that it has, right? That's the assumption that we're working from. However, the code itself is configured to then check to see if there is a boss or not, right? So, what does this mean? It means that if we start the boss index at -1, and then this chunk of code does not find a boss in the enemy spawner that we're currently using, it means that by proxy, there is no boss, and it will skip over the code that has to do with spawning the boss, because the boss index, assuming that there is a boss in there, is going to be like 0 or 1 or 2 or 5 or something, right? Depending on how far I put it forward in the waves. And 0 is greater than -1. 1 is greater than -1. 2 is greater than -1, etc., right? Greater in this sense meaning more positive. So, by virtue of the fact that up here we said the boss index is always by default -1 unless we find a boss in the list of waves we're spawning, this is like a shorthand of going, all right, if the boss index is -1, that means that this current enemy spawner that we're looking at, it only spawns regular enemies. There is no point at which it spawns a boss enemy in any of its waves, which is important for us to know, right? We need to know that for our own purposes of making sure that we can like properly control these things, right? And that's why me missing that and not putting that in was causing that error until I stopped and went up and did it. Because the default value, let me put it like this, right? The default value of an integer variable, if you do not specify one, is always going to be 0. But in this case, I needed the default value of boss index to be -1. And that's why I had to put it up there. Because otherwise, shenanigans happen. So, now the part that I need to figure out is why the part that I need to figure out now is why now the only part I need to figure out is why this tween isn't playing. That's the part that I need to figure out. Because ideally, ideally, what I want to happen is that I want the sound to fade out and go from there. Objects. Gonna do. Okay. The autocomplete there was actually pretty useful for once. Not gonna front. So, script audio, right? And I could probably just straight up have there, and it goes over here in the audio manager. This, right? And I'm gonna look at the music note itself. That's all set. Static. Static. Pulls on font. Go to the spawner because we want to do something. Res. So, res audio. Hey, Valero. How you doing? Hopefully well. Oh yeah, hold on, that's not right. Audio. The audio stream, right? That's the type. Yep, audio streaming. Yeah, audio stream. Audio. Ready? All right, cool. Hang on. This. I forgot to turn off that timer. Lol. Alright. We're not playing Breath of Fire, so ignore that from Nightbot. Nightbot is being silly. Breath of Fire content warnings are now off. I forgot to turn those off earlier. That is my bad. Switching game. Boss. Here, what we're gonna do instead is I'm gonna just test this audio. But now let's just do that, and then we'll do a version that actually has like the fade in there. Well, do both, it's fine. Audio manager, I'm gonna do. Actually, I can just do public static. Public static. Oh no, I already have one here, so I should just. Sometimes I think a little bit too far ahead of myself and don't consider. You can just do audio manager.stop music. And what I need to do is come over here, float, fade out, value, fade out, time, even though we don't have it yet. I'm gonna do this for right now. And when we do have a fade out time, then we'll pull that together. But right now, we're not worried about that. All right. Let's rumba. Alright, I think that should fix that issue, actually. I may have realized that that was a thing that I had considered. It's not me, that's whatever's going on with that. Nope. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta check something. Oh, I'm so silly. Well, it may still break anyway. I forgot. I wasn't paying attention to what I named these actual things. That's kind of my own fault. Audio manager. Nope, here it's blank. We're gonna save that. We're gonna come over to this one. Here it should say stage 0, not stage 0. Alright. I know y'all can't hear it, but yeah, it just worked now. I wasn't paying attention to like how I named the files. That's my fault. Okay, good. That works at least. Alright. Let me go dig around and go. Godot, why did you close on me? Y'all didn't see it, but Godot literally just like crashed when I tried to rename the music file that I wanted to use for the boss theme. Kind of just went like blup and got angry and exploded for no reason. All right. But now that it is not doing that, okay. So now we've got the audio. I know y'all can't hear it, but the audio manager is at least doing that part of its job correctly. So now we just need if fade out time equals 0. All right. All right. Fixed it, relatively speaking. Let's see. Okay. That's all of that stuff. Now, why can't I just get it to my real mission? Hey, Kaz. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Get this behave. Okay, so it is making it. And it's just not doing. Okay. I'm gonna turn off. Oh no. It's because the reason why I'm not going to unmute it, I sat and I thought about it. The music I'm using for stand-in purposes is that's not music that I should be playing on, not because it's like naughty on stream, not because like naughty or anything on stream, but it is from a certain franchise that is just popular enough that I might be pushing my, well, So is the actual testing that I was using initially, but didn't push my luck. This is fine. I can use this for debugging purposes. I can use this for debugging purposes now. Okay, so it did work. It's just that I gotta actually like make it last a while. Huh. Alright, hold on. That's why. So it did exactly what it was supposed to do. The problem is that I never turned it back up after it faded out. That's why at least on my end it wasn't playing. Lol. Alright, we can fix that though. Okay. Like, no wonder. I forgot to actually turn it. I forgot to turn it back up. And that's on me. So the code that I wrote was working correctly. It's just that I literally oh wait, hold on. If I can actually get it to like a proper slow fade. Because apparently doing it in 1 second is still too fast. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't fade out quite correctly, much as I would like it to. Okay, Luckily, though, do get luckily though we do get a the music does change over, so that part at least works. Already handled. Okay, so there you go. Okay. At some point, yeah, it looks like at some point I am going to regret having done some of this. I may have to split some of this out. I may have to split some of this out a little bit. Because some of this is like presuming a certain level of exactly the way the enemies work, which was going to hold up to a certain point, but not so much anymore. So, before I get too deep into this, let's start off with that. then we're gonna need to look at the. Oh. Okay, so no, we can't put state machine in the base enemy because then I can't edit it correctly. So base enemy has to go without, and then I have to add a state machine into enemy individually. Otherwise, I can't edit it. Annoying, but I guess there's only so deep. Only but so deep that they can allow that to go. Editable children. Add child node. Node. We're gonna call it enemies. Yeah, basically this is the part where we are going to start splitting out certain things that I should have been splitting out a while ago. The movement speed can stay, I think. Well, for the enemy script itself, it can stay. But the actual code for how the enemy moves should be left to the actual individual states. So I'm gonna grab this. All right. What I'm gonna do is export enemy script. Export enemy script stats. Reference. Oh, enemy script. And then at some point, I gotta adjust this in a different manner to kind of like properly. This. And now we are going to move it now over here in the enemy script, right? Now we don't have any of that going on. Very much on purpose. Ideally, we will probably move. Yeah. Okay, good. So we have this now. Auto start state machine on. Okay, we want enemy state movement 1. Start in. Okay, cool. Phone. Yeah, for right now we don't want to mess because it'll be that I have to like sit down and like sort out a bunch of other stuff otherwise. In terms of like rebuilding a bunch of things, which I don't want to do right now. So we're gonna go to Trooper. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna have to copy this. Trooper. Oh, it didn't. Hang on. Drone. Gonna grab. Oh, right. It's because, whatever reason, trooper. Okay. That's weird. Oh, that's why. State machine. Base. Okay. That one. Just drop that off in here. Editable children. Okay. Auto start the state machine. Starting state should be 1. Okay, cool. Air. Gotta just do the last thing with the air trooper. Okay, right, good. Air trooper is state base. Gonna editable children, do that. State machine. That's the one. Auto start. All right. So hopefully, assuming that I didn't mess this up, what I should have just done was set it up so that now the movement stuff is based on a state machine for the enemies. The firing and stuff is happening separately for each enemy, and so should not be a problem at the current juncture with what I just set up. Pretty good chance something is going to break anyway, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I figured. Oh, right. I never set root reference. Because, of course I did. I forgot to do that. So, yeah, root reference is... Oh, right. Modify from inside an instant. Finished. Okay, it's just not keeping those at all. All right, that's fine, I guess. Hold on. It's because, for whatever reason... Okay. I see how it is. We can do this. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Joan is the only one that's actually keeping it. Or it was. I think now I've managed to like actually get this thing to stop being silly and keep the thing that I needed to keep. Air Trooper kept that. Yeah, okay, it looks like it. It looks like it stopped being silly now. I had to like manually set up a couple of things there. Good. Air trooper references the air trooper here. State machines, auto start that one. Okay. And then of course I immediately went into the wrong. Good. All right, we're back on. Where are the troopers? Why are the troopers not? Damn it! Oh, machine. Well, if it's the only way to get it to work, it's what has to be done. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. All right, cool. That works. Good. So the reason I went to all that trouble is so that I can, with the state 1 boss, right? Or like the stage 1 boss, right? Now I can set this up in such a way that scripts, enemies, states, shared state. One boss. Boss state. Here we're going to do export me script. Okay. Ah, that's what it is. I need to be more careful about that. Because I forgot that that was the important thing. So, I messed up a little. Over here, right? Ready on start. Okay, no, that's fine. But in the boss state entry, I should have public override. Oh, yeah, for that purpose, I should do that. But for enemy state movement, I should have public override on update, based on update. Hang on. Nope. Public override state. Here we go. Update state. There we go. The reason why this is important is because if I do it in the underscore process function that was there previously, it's not following the actual intentions of the state machine, and I need to be more deliberate about that. So I should do public overrides updates. Like, the whole point of me going to all of this trouble is to like, the whole point of me going to all this trouble with having a state machine is to force it to only update at certain intervals. And if I'm not actively, like, you know, if I'm not actively enforcing that the way that I should, so public on entered. Build that. Gonna over to this one node. Connect. Oh. Copy that node just auto start state on starting state, boss state entry, boss state node is this one. Okay. I'm gonna come over to this visible on-screen notifier, go to the node over here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna connect these two. Public void on state. Hang on. Cool. Okay. Hear that? Because I need to be correctly. Get this correctly. Stage on the boss entries. Create new script. Boss. Idols. Eight. My main objective is just to get yeah. Like my main objective here is mostly just to make sure the boss can come on screen and then stop right now. There is not going to be a lot that it does otherwise, which is fine. That is very much on purpose. Okay. Health node, max health is 40. Pretty sure if I look at the air trooper and I go to its health, yeah, the max health is set separately. Not influenced by anything else except that. Okay, good. Okay, cool. All right, time to go digging for another sprite to go throw in 1 second. Game projects versus this one. Nope. Okay, I did have the boss one sprite in there. Never mind. It is in there. I just wasn't looking at the spot because I wasn't. Okay. Boss sprite 2D. Position shape. Bigger. Bit. Right? Yep. Alright. Excuse me. All right. So what should happen probably is that the boss will park itself like halfway on the screen, which will be fine for now. I just have to figure out a way of like doing the visibility slightly more properly. What broke? Something doesn't have a root node. Okay, hold on. Drone. Why are you unassigning your root node? What is the reason that you're doing that? Why are you doing that? Is it because I changed the bollocks? All right. You. Should do it for the air trooper too, because at some point you. Okay, so drone, trooper, air trooper all have that. Stage 1 boss has that. I should go actually make boss spawns in level 1. Give me spawner 5. Quick load. That's the one we actually want. All right. God damn. Oof. That's close. All right. We're in there. Oh. The reason why I say we're in there, even though the boss only came like halfway onto the screen, I sort of knew that was going to happen. It's because I have not yet determined a proper way of getting Godot to sort of recognize that a thing is only on screen once it is drawn. So, yeah. I haven't figured out yet how to get Godot to realize, hey, this thing is not on screen until it is all the way on screen. I think probably the way that I would have to cheat it, if I have to guess, is so if I take the actual like sprite and move it forward some so that, because basically you notice that it'll like stop here, right? So if I take the sprite and move it forward a bit, that will probably but I have to do this correctly or it's going to look real awkward. So we're gonna put both of these flat 0 and then 50 50 75 100 negative 110 yeah, negative. Yeah, so basically this is how I have to get it to recognize probably that the thing is fully on, I think anyway. Or no. Or I'm silly, and that's not the way that works at all. And I should actually just put the visible on-screen rect part like right. Or I could just like not be silly and just actually put rect for when this thing is visible, like just ahead of where that is. Let's see if that actually does anything. Because this whole time I was like, right, like it's because it recognized it in the middle. But I'm like, what if I actually did it so that like it's a whole half a screen ahead? That would maybe work, wouldn't it? Let's find out. Okay, so putting it in front was actually literally the wrong way to do it. Okay, cool. Literally put it in back instead. And let's see how that works. And then of course I hit. So the reason why the screen was blank there for a second is because the thing that I am sometimes forgetting to do, I am not paying attention to which scene I'm hitting test in. So I hit things like, I'm gonna hit test while I'm in the HUD scene. So it tests the HUD scene, and the HUD is meant to be will like go invisible if it's not like manually turned on. I didn't make it. There we go. I figured it out. All right. Figured it out. Figured it out. We've got it. We've got it, y'all. So yeah, the boss doesn't like behave properly aside from like moving in, but that's the point. The main thing is that yeah, now really what I need to do is also just shift. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna do it in like the base enemy for right now. All I have to do really is shift the visibility back by like a good just by like that much, just to make sure that they're all the way on screen beforehand. And this will give this is biasing to give the player a little bit more time to react to things by shifting it back like that. And I'm okay with that. That's fine. Like, if it turns out to be an issue, then I can shift it individually for each one of the yeah, you notice how now like it waits, how they wait a little bit beforehand, so you have a little more time to like line yourself up and get proper shots. Drop this one down here because we're not going to be able to reach. And then if I could just get the audio fading to work, I'd be so happy. And then there's only one other thing I need to do, right? I'm going to do stage 1 boss entry. Ready. Let's see. We're going to do node dot self weapon dot enable is false. Can't do that though. So I'm going to do dot set weapon functionality. So basically when we are in the entry state initially, right, we don't do that. And then the reason why I did change state forward is because it will force the boss to go from entry state to idle state. And then we're going to do public override on start. The reason why we're not doing it in ready is because we don't want the boss's weapon to turn on until after we are in the idle state. And that's why it's in on start and not ready. It's in ready for the entry state because we want to make sure that like, no, like you just turn that off, right? So yeah, by shifting the visibility point backward a little bit for all of the enemies, it gives you a little bit more time for you to recognize what's on screen before they start firing. Like they don't start firing from the edge of the, which is nice because when I was doing Shoot Lancer in Unity, when I was prototyping Shoot Lancer in Unity, I had to try to figure out a lot more work to figure out how to tell the game, don't, like, you need to wait until it is actually like on screen all the way before you start doing this. Which means, oh yeah, one other thing. No, I don't want to be that much of a pill. I'm not going to be that much of a pill. I'm not going to be that much of a jerk. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. Let's not do that. Okay. gonna do player info up here. Now we're gonna do another control node. But I'm gonna set up. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do it before we're done today, but I'm gonna set it up at least. This. I'm gonna do boss info. Add child node. Nope. Texture progress bar is what we want. Yes. Mode is left to right. Textures. Progress is health bar progress texture. This one is quick load under. Okay, which means that I need to actually figure out. I forgot I can just literally under is black progress. Or we can even like and what's the step? What's the step value on that? Okay, yeah, step is in half, and the step is in half points. 0.25. Boss info. Gonna add that to it. Hang on, cancel. Alright. Cool. I don't know why I was doing that. There, so the anchor's there. Cool. Hang on. That's what it was. I wanted to use under quick load, right? For quick load, right? There we go. That's the way I wanted to do it. Then for the player health, textures, quick load, blank sprite. Progress, quick load, sprite, hint under black, progress, that should be texture progress bar over here. Yep, under and over are both just white bars. Value is set to 0. Okay, cool. Now for the HUD, do if we're gonna do that. Now we're gonna do if boss does not equal multi. Texture boss node bosses. Boss. Cool. Boss. Actually, public void update boss. Boss dot health node. All I should need to do is... Oh, right. I can just make it... I can make fire here, so... Health node. Again. And next. HUD. Okay, cool. That succeeded. And now in the HUD script, boss health bar, we want to do this. Boss. Health. Good. All right. Moment of truth. Mostly. Oh, right. I just need to make sure that... Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm pretty sure something's gonna break, and I have made my peace with that. Not that. Something else is gonna break. Two. Okay. One. Two. Ah, it hurts. Okay. Let's see what shenanigans we get up to now. Okay. Okay, hold on. I know that we just hit an ad break. Also, sorry, pardon me a second ago. That was a little gross. Sorry. We are close. Oh. Wrong one. Again. Right one. Okay, hell with it. Because that one's getting on my nerves. Because that seems to not be working correctly. So we're gonna fix that once and for all. Apparently, it's not enough to assign these things at runtime. So let me this one thing once and for all. Make it absolutely clear. All right. All right. I think maybe we've got it at this point. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, that one's not. What is going on? HUD boss info. Why is it being turned? Hang on. Is it me? I did something in the HUD, didn't I? That causes that to not. I did it to myself. Passed me, left that code in, and never bothered. Because I wasn't thinking about that. That's why. That probably still isn't going to work, and I'm going to have to do some other shenanigans with what I was planning to make it work correctly. But let's at least get to that point and see. I'm trying to see if I can be clever and not have to set aside a variable to link the two of them up, but I'm probably wrong about that. This is probably not going to work, but I have a way to get around it if it doesn't. Yep. All right, I got it. Hold on. Over here. HUD. Do is public void connect boss enemy script boss no. Okay, yeah, we're just going to do a thing. Hold on. I have to do it like this just to make life easier. Boss equals boss node. Boss.health node.damage. Hey Yuna, how you doing? Pretty well. Oh, that. All right. I'm well, and you? I think at the very least, minus the boss's actual behavior, we might actually have a boss spawn now. If I got it right, finally, if boss. So hang on. Boss bar that is that the well, now I can put this code back. Boss is not equal to null. So if we have a boss, the health bar should be visible. If we don't have a boss, it's not. Wait. Failed to build project. I also forgot to set that. Done. Click on the parallax backgrounds now. Yeah, I haven't figured out the code, or I haven't figured out the code for it yet. Dot connect boss, but it can be static way long enough. Yeah, connect HUD boss is the better way to put it. Right, when we first come in, that, how about? Okay. Okay, actually, shouldn't. Not until you first come in. First come in, that's when you connect, and then we go from there. All right. It's long enough. Yeah. I would like to figure out parallax. That would be nice. I think it's doable, and I may have to just look into some things for how to do it, but let's see. All right, good. And it pops up visible, which means the last thing to do now is, yeah, the behavior doesn't work yet, but it doesn't need to. I just need it to get in. So the last thing I need to do is come over here and boss node, boss health bar dot value, boss dot health node dot max health. Then we should be good to go on that front. Enemy script. Okay, let's see. Okay, to make a few more animation. It's tilting up and down plus slow down. Yeah, right now Leona's speed in all directions is static. So, despite how it looks, her movement speed in all directions is static. So, I don't know if slowing down necessarily, I don't know if slowing down necessarily counts into that because her movement speed is about the same. Though if it's animating as if she's moving backward and a little slower, maybe. We have to see. But her movement speed in general is static. So yeah. So I know I died, and it doesn't do properly when you die, but that's fine. I just wanted to see this. Okay. Okay, I messed up a thing. So what we want to do is cut to the boss. We want to do boss health bar dot max value. Value, and the value is equal to the max health. Do I feel more comfortable? Getting there. There are certain things that I know. There are certain things that I know I could probably figure out more consistently in Unity that I can't in Godot yet. But generally speaking, it is a lot easier to do certain kinds of fire and forget in ways that like Unity does not allow for nearly as easily. So getting there. In a more general sense, I feel a bit more comfortable than I did when we started. I feel generally more comfortable than I did when we started. In terms of like flat out, do I know it better than Unity? Probably still not, but we're. Okay. Okay. So now the real question is just why is it not Oh, vey. Hold on. We are almost there. I want to stop knowing that the boss health bar updates. I can figure out everything else after that. I just want to be sure that the boss health bar updates before I leave. But yeah, like as an example of things that are easier in Godot, right? It's a lot easier for me to like get Godot to recognize when something is on screen versus when it's not. Welcome on in, Comic Man. Hopefully you're doing well. Damn. Why is it? It's just that one thing, and I don't know what it is. The health the health isn't the health update isn't connecting properly, and I don't know what it is. Doing all right. Hopefully you're doing the same. I'm silly. I'm so silly. I am so silly. And I'm a little upset that I didn't think to stop to check that. Why did I not remember that that's the way I had that set up? But yeah, I'm doing okay. We had a really successful run, a speed run that I did this past Monday on Games Done Quick for Unapologetically Black and Fast, and that turned out pretty good. We have pretty much almost got to the point that I wanted to today, on like a 3 out of 4 in terms of like actually getting certain programming tasks for this game done, and we are just about there. The only things I want to make sure that we get like on lock basically are right now the boss for this level is not going to do anything but like shoot kind of like the same gun, which is fine. But the thing I'm looking for is to get yes. All right. And that is all I wanted. Pretty much. So let me actually just adjust one thing in the HUD. Because the HUD is doing the thing it's supposed to be doing. I just have to adjust one thing a little. So over here in the HUD, what we want to do really is say if boss not equal null, then boss health bar dot visible true. Oh, actually, wait. I'm silly because what I can do is boss dot health node dot This is why I did this in the first place. I have to make sure that I remember what this thing is called. Right. I'm really, really happy that past me thought of these things. Dot health depleted plus equals boss health bar dot visible false. And all I really have to do now is do this thing, which is called a lambda. It kind of lets you like pass off boss health bar dot visible is true, right? And now when our health is depleted, we turn it off. So last thing I want to test to make sure that it works right. And then we should be good to go, I think. The boss won't have a name yet. If we even want to bother doing it at all. False. Hold on. Pardon my French. I forgot to like turn off. It's gonna have it visible. We're just gonna have it invisible by default. Make my life easier. And I hit test while I was in the HUD. Yeah. And as you can see, bombs do not automatically kill bosses. Bombs just take chunks out of the boss's health bar. So no, you can't like just hold on to all your bombs, then drop 3 and then win. Nope. But all right. That, as they say, is that. And that's where I wanted to stop. So, okay. Did that. Couple basic enemy movement from enemies. Script. Node. And may and proper state machine. Air trooper and first level boss. First level. Boss. One boss has 5. 12 weapon. Is a indicator for the enemies further back relative to where they start. So relative to right. Not fire when they are partially and then we'll say that that's 9. We'll call it 9:21 p.m. as the stopping point. All right, that's that. As far as I wanted to get, I wanted to knock out as many of these as I could. To-dos. Music fade still doesn't work. All first ball change boss weapon functionality, and that's primarily the two things that I want to cover at this, like, for next time, basically. I have to sit down and like think about, because the main thing is that it's the first stage, so I'm not looking for the boss to be like, oh, you now have to fight like a human size. You now have to like fight a human sized enemy. Die. That is not the thing that I okay, yeah. I think this is pretty much the next step for the thing that I want to. Like, these are the next steps I want to look at. If I can figure out how to get audio fading to work correctly, I will be very, very happy. But I'm gonna have to keep poking at that later. Later, basically. Yeah, later, basically. I'll figure that out. But the long and short of it is that I have to actually sit down and figure out what it is that I want the boss's behavior to be, because it's not supposed to be. Right. I caught my train of thought that I lost. I don't want the first boss to immediately be, you are fighting a boss that is also human sized and also takes 6 billion hits to like get rid of. Partially because thinking about how to program those very complicated movement patterns is scaring me, and it's going to involve some form of like math nonsense probably. But I also didn't get a chance when I was doing the initial run up to shoot Lancer. I didn't get a chance to like really figure out how to. I didn't really get a chance to like sit down and really think through how I wanted the first boss to move in terms of like movement patterns and other like annoying things like that. I think I just want the first boss to be a little slow, a little stationary, so that people can get their feet under them, and then we start building up to like the more complicated stuff as I get more used to things that are going on. Right. So with that said, I'm gonna switch back over to our emphatic here while I go look and see if I know where we're heading out. So like, don't touch that X button on your wow, don't touch that X button on your window, because we are gonna go raid somewhere. I just have to go double check to see if we have. Okay, right. So I have to go and check manually who is currently available for raiding. So give me 1 second while I go do that. Don't touch that dial. I was trying to avoid that joke because it is kind of played out, but at this point in my life, I simply have to accept that I'm old, and it's okay. But all right, so let me see. Right, we raided GDQ. Time before that, we raided KT. That's already not. She's not on right now. I have a feeling about. No, I just need to see. follow. Yes. I want to go bother black people tonight. One day I'll stream PQ. Yeah, I want to bother black people, but I just have to figure out who to bother. I know that sounds absolutely wild, but it's Black History Month, and so I want to bother black people. Let's go hang out with PT. I think we should go hang out with PT probably. Or we could go hang out with Dom. Hang on, I'm thinking. Let me go take a look and see who's doing what. Because we do go to hang out with PT a lot. I do want to make sure that we are kind of like spreading the love and hanging out with people that we don't get to hang out with all that often. And that we are making sure that they get their big ups. Yeah, I have no idea what it looks like. Domino. It looks like they're messing around in Super Turbo, which I'm here for it. Yeah, it looks like they're playing Super Turbo. So you know what? We are probably gonna go mess around with Shin Domino and go bug them and see what they're up to. Because it looks like right now they are playing. So for people who are not familiar with the term, they are playing Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which is why we call it Super Turbo. Shin Domino plays a lot of different games. They were also doing some runs in UBAF, mostly Resident Evil. But yeah, they play a lot of different games. It looks like it's just them doing an arcade run through. It looks like they're just doing like arcade runs of Super Turbo, maybe for practice. Who knows? But we're gonna go hang out with Shin Domino. Shin Domino. So, if an SJH does raids, when we get in there, let them know who sent you, throw in your favorite emotes, all that other stuff. Stream plans for the rest of this week. Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Y'all already know what it is. It's Fighting Friday. I might boot up more King of Fighters 15 because that's what the that's the thing that I did for the speed run. And I haven't played like serious competitive KOF 15 or anything like it for like a hot minute. I did a little bit last Friday, but so we might do it again. We might play some Street Fighter 6. I know for sure next week Friday we will be playing Street Fighter 6 because Ed should be out at that point, and it looks like a balance patch might be coming with him. So we gotta see how that goes. Maybe not. Maybe they're gonna hold the balance patch till after Capcom Cup. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure, but we have to see how that goes. This upcoming Sunday is Breath of Fire 3. I think we're on like part 10 now. We got a boat to maybe try to help fix or something. And that will be Sunday 5 p.m. Links are as follows. If I can do it. Yeah, I do game analysis and design articles over on Co-Host and also on Medium, but like Medium is mostly for the old ones. My new stuff is going to be on Co-Host going forward from here. Stream VODs are up at youtube.com/@SJHDoesGames. Ko-Fi is going to be the spot where you can go to support me if you don't want to give money to Amazon and Jeff Bezos because you think that Jeff Bezos is like a stinky stink head. I also keep more money from recurring Ko-Fi subs than I do from Twitch subs. So if you do like a $5 a month subscription on Ko-Fi, I keep like $4 and change out of that as opposed to like the half split that I have to do for Twitch subs. Throne has various home and lifestyle goods that are like just ways that you can support if you would prefer to like do it that way instead of like just giving money. If you're like, I want to do something like material, get me something off of Throne if you're able to. Never a requirement, just a way to support if that's the thing that you want to do. And then Card has all my other social media links, but I'm really mostly only active on like co-host. Though I am occasionally like retweeting stuff on like Twitter and things like that. So, thank y'all for coming by. Deeply appreciate it. I'll see you whenever I see you. But until then, stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask. Don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other. But not to bigots, racists, TERFs, sexists, anti-queer folks, Zionists, and I can't even think of who else to roast right now. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else to roast right now. Till next time I see y'all, whenever that is, take care, yeah? Alrighty, let's go bother Domino. Be a nuisance. Bye.